All right. Hey, Nora. Okay. So we're going to go over just some of your clips in the St. Croix game and find areas that you did well and that you're proud of and that you're enjoying, and then other areas that you can learn from and grow individually and as a team. So it starts here, right? Ball goes there. You're getting pressure on your back, right? You shield, right? Ball goes out. Okay. Kind of stuck in the corner. Another option, I'm not saying it's always the best option, but in these situations when the ball's running this way, what a lot of people do, and I know it's kind of deep there, but like if the say you get the ball here, right? That's when you could just signal to your goalie, right, and be like, "Hey, Ruby," right? And she should probably be standing like right there. And so like when the ball comes here, like instead of having to kind of tail off, right, she would have been there for a back pass. Now that's not the option here, right? Because that's there, but just being able to in those situations know that your goalie can be an option, but you need to communicate with the goalie right there. Um, Next clip, nice easy poke there. Nice teamwork here. Great passing here. Just overall phenomenal job on that build up there. Great job. There was a really cool clip. I'm excited if I get to see it where you came inside there. I love when wingers come inside and then when outside backs can come inside. Way to be first to the ball. Okay, watch your head there. Okay. Had you looked around. Tell me if you scan. Okay, there's one scan. Good scan. Awesome. Right? Okay, so you have a good idea of where you're going. Great overlapping run. Ooh. Okay, so in that situation, right? Communicating with Kenzie, right? Because she'll draw players in, right? And then when you're making that run, right? Before the game, you know what I mean? Be like, yo, Kenzie, right? If you find yourself inside, I'll make that overlap. I'll make that run. Find me, because then you'll get in. Like outside backs can like get in behind their defensive line then. So I would have loved to see that ball come to you, and just making sure that like you can clap, like you know what I mean. You can use your voice and be like, yeah, yeah, yeah. And then the best way is to be like, make a plan with her before the game so that she's expecting runs from you, and then you build like that connection with your teammate. Great run. See, this is what I'm talking about. You two are going to be a dangerous duo. Love how far that you took that up the field. You're looking comfortable taking on players, right? Don't get stuck. What is there, a foul? Sweet. Okay, let's watch this free kick. Ball in a phenomenal area at a good pace. Yeah, you're doing a great job. You're really excelling here. Okay, another great ball that you put in. Okay, so you're putting the ball in, but your team, one of the weakest areas that I've seen is that, remember last year how little you guys scored in the box? Okay, so the communication, I would roll the dice and say that that will help. You know what I mean? And like I said before, making a plan before. Hey, ladies, when you see me crossing, you better be ready. You know what I mean? But then to help them out too before you're crossing, get that head up and then be like right here, boom, be like, yo, Ratu or whoever, you know what I mean? Like, and put a name on it, and maybe that can help just, a little bit, 1%. And you never know, that 1% might be enough to get you a couple assists off some nice crosses. Great pass. You're making it look easy, right? Way to support the play here. Okay. Here's what I want you to do here. The communication. Kenzie, win it. Kenzie, win it. Like, you want to kind of control your players and, like, because she's kind of there, you know what I mean? And you can see, look at what you're looking at, right? But Kenzie's right there. So she doesn't really know what's behind. So you could be like, hey, I got this player. Kenzie, go win it. Press. I find communication very important if you haven't noticed. Okay, great. Oh my gosh. Nice cut. Nice cut. Nice Maradona. Oh, okay. Almost had that angle. Right, and I like that. Annika ran behind you. This is the one I like so much, yeah. There you go. And then you almost got that through ball there, and you almost got, like, if you do that enough, what can happen is a couple options. So, like, as you run through there, sometimes the pass into the forward, like a through ball, will open up. Yeah, so, all right. I won't bore you. Hope you learned something, a lot of positives in your game. My takeaway from what I've seen so far is that you are phenomenal and improving like crazy at connecting your passes, dribbling, right, and confidence, taking on players in space right there. And then the areas we're working on right now are kind of communicating, being a leader, right? Telling people, hey, I'm open, or hey, make a run, or I'm making a run, or getting your team to be a little bit more vocal and creating plans, I think would help. And then, yeah, that communication to let people know that the crosses are coming in, and then um, when the ball's maybe on that side, kind of getting ready for crosses. Like, when like Josie's out here, when that ball comes in as the outside back, you'll be standing kind of like right there. And then when that ball comes out, be excited and look for your own shots and score a couple goals.